It's Italian Heritage Night. No, we ate enough food the other day. We're just letting you know it's Italian Heritage Night here at Citizens Bank Park as the Phils get set to kick off a weekend of baseball against the Atlanta Braves. Yeah, they're going to be dancing in the seats as the Phils look to win back-to-back ball games. All right, so it's 6:22 Eastern time. That was Jeremy Hellickson heading out toward the bullpen to warm up for tonight's start. And then a few moments later, Bob Stumpo said, come on back in. We need to have a conversation. And it turns out that the Phillies have scratched Jeremy Hellickson for this evening's ball game because of wet conditions and the anticipation that there could be inclement weather. So Jake Thompson is going to start tonight for the Phils. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy along with Ben Davis. Obviously, the trade deadline is upon us. There could be something with that with Jeremy Hellickson. We'll keep you updated as the night moves on. But the Atlanta Braves are in town. A Braves team that went to 500 just several games ago and are playing much better baseball. Look what they did, Ben, through the 10th of May. They were 11-20, and since that time, 5 games over 500.
When the batting average goes up and the ERA goes down, you're going to end up with a winning percentage, and that's what the Braves are doing right now. Also getting Freddie Freeman back in this lineup is a huge bolster for this Atlanta Braves defense. At third base, which we very rarely have said in the last couple of seasons. He's a first baseman. Well, now he's back at third base. Offensively, righties, lefties, it just doesn't matter. The guy was off to an MVP season this year before fracturing that hand. The Atlanta Braves are extremely happy to have him back in the lineup.
Well, obviously at the new position, he's had to learn things. He said Ron Washington has been a huge impact for him, knowing positioning. He said that positioning has helped him make the adjustment. He has 1 error so far over third base. He still plays first base when there's a lefty on the mound, but tonight, as Ben said, he is playing third base for the Atlanta Braves. So it is game 1 of a 4-game series between the Phils and the Braves. Jake Thompson against Julio Teheran. We'll get lineups in first pitch when we return to Philadelphia. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. By Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phillies. Visit citizensbank.com. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at ibx.com. First start of 2017 here at Citizens Bank Park. He obviously started for the Phillies last year at the end of the season, pitched very well toward the end. It's been kind of an up and down year for him at AAA, but he'll make the start this evening against the Braves. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Well, Ender Inciarte was the all-star representative for the Atlanta Braves again this year. He leads things off, and it's a pretty good lineup. Now, Matt Kemp has been struggling recently, but has excellent numbers against the Phillies here at Citizens Bank Park. Johan Camargo is the starting shortstop, batting 8th. That's because their top prospect has been sent down to AAA. And the hope is that he'll get himself right and be back up in September. There's Jake Thompson. 3 relief appearances so far this season for the Phillies. 5 innings, 3 strikeouts. He was up here to provide a little length in the bullpen and was probably going to go back down. But the trade deadline is upon us, so they wanted to keep him up. And he gets a chance to start tonight for Jeremy Hellickson. Ender Inciarte will lead things off for the Atlanta Braves as we get baseball rolling here in South Philadelphia. Inciarte hitting .298 with 8 home runs, 39 runs batted in.
He really is a spark plug for this Braves ball club.
2 for 9 in the last series, and the first pitch of the night is in there for a strike. So we're underway.
Well, Jake Thompson will sit about 90, 91, slider curve change. Lehigh Valley numbers this season not too good. 4-11 with a 5.36, but it's back in the show, so hopefully he can change those numbers around.
Inciarte takes low and away, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Thompson talked to Matt Breen of Philly.com about this up and down season. As Inciarte takes outside, he said, it's definitely been a good learning experience for me. It's the first time in my career that I've really struggled for the better part of a season. I think in the long run, it's going to be good for me, learning how to fail and having to get back up and succeeding again. Inciarte rolls it to the right side. Now he runs well. You got to hurry. 1 out. All right, time now for our Nissan keys to the game.
Well, Jake Thompson just took care of my first one. Keep the top 2. Well, he still has to face Brandon Phillips, but keep the top 2 off the bases. They really are the table setters for this Braves lineup, for the middle of that lineup, and continue to get production from the middle of the lineup offensively. The middle lineup is producing a lot of runs lately. You saw that on Wednesday night, the 9-run outburst, so continue that as well.
Here is Brandon Phillips. Phillips 2 for his last 16, but like Matt Kemp, he has performed very well against the Phillies. He's hit it 9 straight against the Phils. And the first pitch is in there. It's 0-1. Phillips overall 8 home runs and 37 runs batted in. Shot up the middle, knocked down by Cesar Hernandez. He still had time. And Brandon Phillips is tied up with Tommy Joseph at first, and he's safe. And Tommy is very slow to get up. In fact, both players are slow to get up. It was sort of foot to ankle, and they twirled down to the ground.
This ball hit very sharply. Wow. It's like his Phillips' left kneecap went into Tommy's left calf, I guess you could say. The ball hit very sharply. Cesar knocks it down, and I'm surprised it was that close.
Phillips noticeably wasn't running as quickly as he used to. I think Tommy's okay. Phillips, they're still not sure about, but he says he's fine. Boy, he's stretching everything. Wait till he's 50. So an infield single. That'll bring Freddie Freeman to the plate. Third baseman Freddie Freeman. .332 with 18 home runs, 39 runs batted in. Hitting .315 since his return from the disabled list. It's pulled into right field, a base hit. Phillips is at second. He's on his way to third. And Williams' throw goes toward the second base bag. It'll be first and third with one man down for the Braves. Now that's a 5-game hitting streak now for Freddie Freeman. And Matt Kemp is coming up. Kemp hitting .289. He has 14 home runs. Last time the Phillies saw the Braves, Matt Kemp was red hot. In fact, he had 41 hits in the month of May. Popped up foul, and it's 0-2. Thompson in his last 6 starts went 38 1/3. He scattered 35 hits and had 22 strikeouts down at AAA. So his earned run average was 3.29. So he is sort of turning the corner on what was a very rough start. He said the biggest reason why he's been successful is that pitch right there. And the changeup. The changeup and the incorporation of his changeup has been huge.
He's a guy that pitches to contact. As long as he's going to stay down, the more down he is, the more movement he's going to get with the sinker and the changeup.
No balls and 2 strikes. And he whacks it foul. It remains 0-2. That's the slider. Last year when he was up here at the big club, Thompson changed his motion to make it more, well, make it less and not as much movement. He was 3-6 with the Phillies last year with a 5.70 earned run average. But in his last 6 games, he had a 3.41 ERA. Over to second base, that could be 2. Cesar to second for 1. Freddie to first in time. That's a 4-6-3 double play. And Thompson is out of this first inning. We'll move to the bottom of the first. Braves nothing, and the Phillies coming up. Loosened up to lead things off for the Phils. Let's take a look at the Phillies lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Well, Pete has adjusted his lineup a little bit. Now you may notice where Aaron Altair is. He's batting 7th, right ahead of Cameron Rupp, who's hitting 8th. And Pete said that's all about the matchups for Altair. But Cameron's been better lately. Last 8 games, 4 home runs, including 2 on Wednesday against the Astros. They will face Julio Teheran, who is 7-4 lifetime against the Phils, making his 21st start of the year.
And very good numbers against these fighting Phils. 7-4 with a 2.79 ERA career. Phillies have seen him a lot. Scouting report will sit about 91, 92 miles an hour. The slider, second best pitch next to his fastball. Change and curveball he does have, but doesn't throw a whole lot.
Well, he'll face Cesar Hernandez to start things off. Cesar 5 for 13 in the series against the Astros. Overall, his average at 281. Joe's bunt takes a strike and it's 0-1.
Cesar had a little smile for Freddie Freeman there down at third base.
Yeah, Freddie creeping in on the grass at third. Tapper to the right side. Kind of the same thing Inciarte did against Jake Thompson. And one out here in the first. That'll bring Freddie Galvis to the plate. One thing about Freddie Freeman over at third base is that you never have to worry about his arm. He always had a good arm. You can see it when he was playing first. I mean, he is a Gold Glove caliber first baseman. But he's taking one for the team because Matt Adams really can't play anywhere else but first base. Did he really embrace the chance to move over? And as we mentioned, it's not all the time. He's playing first base against lefties. Oh, and 2 to Galvis. To the left side, Freeman will be tested, and I'm not even sure if the best third baseman could have made that play because he had just shifted over towards shortstop before that last pitch.
Well, that's a thing of beauty. Absolute thing of beauty. Take a look where Freddie is. Way out here, basically playing in that hole. And Freddie with just the emergency hack, put it in play. Good things will happen.
Nick Williams is now the hitter with a runner at first base. And a quick toss over. Williams 4 for 13 against the Astros. Last couple of days, you know, I've been out and about like you have been, and you know, ran into a lot of Phillies fans. And the one thing they talked about from the game on Wednesday, besides Rupp's home runs and what Nola did on the mound, was Nick Williams going from second to third on the pop-up when nobody was covering third base. You know, it's that little extra piece of base running that I think that, you know, will endear any ball player to a fan base. Fights it off 0-2. Buchanan certainly has enjoyed watching Williams in the first few weeks of the season. There goes Galvis. Pitches a foul tip, and Galvis will swipe second, but Williams is out on strikes. And 2 away here in the first. 8 stolen bases now for Freddie Galvis.
Foul tip threw off the timing of Kurt Suzuki, but I don't think he would have had a shot at Freddie anyway. That was such a good jump. He had him timed. Went on that first move, and just there's no chance Suzuki could have thrown him out.
There's Michael Franco. There goes Galvis. Pitch is taken for a strike. Throw to third. Goes over the head of Freeman. And Galvis will score. It's 1-0 Phillies on the second error of the year for Kurt Suzuki.
Make it happen, Freddie.
Well, why not?
There's 2 outs. There's obviously a lot more ways you can score from third base. Wild pitch, pass ball.
Throw to left field.
Throw to left field. There's just no chance Suzuki. It's an excellent jump there by Freddie White Shoes Galvis. Suzuki airmails it. Good guys up 1-0.
And now Michael Franco is down. No balls, 1 strike. 1-1. Freddie now with 40 runs scored.
You know it's crazy is when I played, I used to despise guys that did that. I always called them, you know, stat patters. And then now from sitting up in this vantage point, I've seen it happen a couple times. We saw it with Odubel a couple years ago in San Diego, where if you steal third base, something good can actually happen out of it. If you know you can make third base, don't make the third out at third. But if you know you can make that, why not take it?
I would agree with
especially
that.
Early on in the ball game. I think a lot of times I did it because if there were 2 outs, it would go against my numbers. I think that's why I despised it so much, to be perfectly honest with you.
Selfish.
It was.
Line drive, base hit to left field for Franco. Can he get 2 out of it? It's a race to the ball between him and Matt Kemp. And Franco goes back to first. But I think that's a good point, Ben. I think that you looked at it in a different light.
Right. And now I see Freddie would have made that easily to third base. And you put pressure, more pressure you put on the defense, the more success you're going to have offensively. And that's exactly what Freddie did. Look how it turned out for the Phillies.
I think the emphasis on that, though, is what you mentioned. You've got to make sure you're going to get there.
Right.
Odubel Herrera 0 for 5 in the series against the Astros. He came out as a pinch hitter in the final game. Yeah, it's 0-1.
It's a lot to write in a little box. Single, stolen base, E2, stolen base, and then he scored.
Odubel asked for time because he was already in his leg kick, and Tehran had not even started to make the throw to the plate. No balls and 1 strike to Odubel. Outside, 1-1. That one's back toward us. Oh, I heard that hit off the skin of that gentleman's hand. It's time now for our State Farm combo. State Farm here to help life go right. At Odubel versus the Braves, hitting .379. Brandon Phillips against the Phillies, hitting .414. It's always good when you have success against teams within your division because you know you're going to play them so often. And this game is a lot about psychology. Swing and a miss. Odubel strikes out. Second strikeout for Tehran. Phillies do score a run on 2 hits. We'll go to the second. 1-0 Phillies. Bat mobile app. Stay connected to the game's best players all season with game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat today. It's your #1 app for live baseball. Top of the second, Thompson going to work against Matt Adams, and he bounces the first pitch foul over to the camera well on the first base side. This guy's had himself a nice year with the Braves, hitting .284 with 16 home runs, 48 RBIs overall. 15 of his 16 home runs have come with the Braves. Fly ball right field. Cesar Hernandez is under it for a moment, but I don't think he really saw it. Nick Williams makes the catch, thankfully. And one out for Nick Markakis. Talked to Aaron Nola about his start Wednesday, and he was really happy with the way he kept the ball down. And Murpha, I think it's the continued evolution of Aaron Nola.
I think you're exactly right. You know, I had a conversation with Aaron Nola the other day, and we were talking about the word ace and what it means to be an ace for a team. And I said, you know, in your definition, I said, who are the guys that you would go and pay and watch? And he said, well, just off the top of my head, Clayton Kershaw and Max Scherzer are two guys that he really enjoys watching. And, you know, as we watch Aaron Nola develop, how about take a look at this list that was circulated right after the start the other day. First pitcher since 2014 to have 7 straight games with 7 Ks and 2 fewer runs. That's Aaron Nola. He obviously did that with his win the other night. But you look at some of the other names on that list over since 2004. That's some pretty good names. Kershaw and Scherzer both on that list. Sabathia, Josh Johnson, Tim Lincecum. How about Johan Santana and Tim Lincecum again, and Jake Peavy all on that list. I would imagine that when most people are talking about aces, guys, those are the names that they are mentioning. And, you know, you put Aaron Nola at the top of that list now, having done it this season. And it really is remarkable as we watch him develop into that kind of pitcher this season, guys.
I don't think he threw his changeup as much. In fact, statistically, he didn't.
Right.
As he did the previous start. But as we talked about that night, he didn't need to because his curveball was so good. And he has nights where his fastball can be really 2 different pitches, maybe 3. So you mix in that curveball, and you've got yourself a repertoire. Kurt Suzuki's the batter. Suzuki's found his long ball swing in recent games. See what he's done his last 9 games to raise his average to 262. In fact, the Braves catching duo of Suzuki and Tyler Flowers lead the league in RBIs and on base percentage for catchers.
Always makes it a lot easier on the skipper.
That's a bullet foul down the left field line. That's going to leave a mark.
Ow.
Bouncer softly to third. Nice play by Michael Franco to get 1, and not in time to get Suzuki. Boy, that was awfully close over at first base.
You kidding me? In my head, I'm saying to myself, get an out, get an out. You already have 1 out. No sense in having the Braves possibly get into a big inning with an error, but that's an excellent play by Michael. I mean, an excellent play. So fluid. It's a heck of a turn by Cesar. Unable to get Kurt Suzuki, but this is just a little dribbler. Michael attacks it. What's great about it is he wasn't indecisive at all. As soon as that ball was hit, he knew in his mind he was going to second base. It wasn't, should I try and get him? No, he had it in his mind, I'm going to 2 with this.
And the way he moves at third forward, he does have a strong arm still. Some guys don't have the same kind of velocity. He does. Here's Johan Camargo, who was playing shortstop for the Braves. We mentioned earlier their top prospect, offensive prospect, who wasn't really a prospect anymore because he's been up here at the end of last year, beginning of this year, Dansby Swanson, was sent down. But Camargo had been doing well even before that. They made roster spots, openings for him. I mean, let's face it, he's hitting .305. Now, he's not going to walk a lot. There's only a 20-point difference between his average and his on-base percentage. Dirt, and it's 2-2.
Nice play by Cameron.
Got him. Threw him a changeup. And it was held on to by Cameron Rupp. No runs, one hit, and one man left for the Braves. On to the bottom of the second. Tommy Joseph will lead it off. And the protection they deserve. State Farm agent is here to help with the right home and auto coverage and discounts too. Talk to a Philadelphia area State Farm agent or call 800 State Farm. 1-0 Phillies as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Tommy Joseph is ready to lead things off. It'll be Joseph, Altair, and Rupp. And speaking of Cameron Rupp, last night he hosted his first ever Ruppapalooza. It was in conjunction with the SPCA. That was his buddy Tyler Reeve who was singing. He's a country music star. Andrew Knapp was there, and a bunch of his teammates showed up. Pete Buchanan was there as well. Matt Klentak. Pete's wife Nancy's there. We saw Aaron Nola in the background as well. I asked Cameron today, I said, did you walk away with any pups? He said, oh, I wanted to, but Cameron already has 3 dogs at home. So it was an opportunity for the folks at the SPCA to show off some of the dogs that they have up for adoption. Plus, money was raised for the SPCA, the Pennsylvania SPCA. The event took place at Morgan's Pier It was a cost of $35. And again, as we mentioned, the proceeds for the auction and for the entrance in went to the Pennsylvania SPCA. Tommy Joseph hits one sharply towards short. Camargo is up with it, one away.
I was listening to Rupper on the morning show the other day on WIP, and he said he got his first dog when he was in college.
He got his first dog?
One of the three that he still currently has. The first.
Oh, I think he said his mom wasn't really into it.
I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't imagine being in college and having a dog. I mean, with everything they got going on with playing ball and going to class, and it's crazy.
Here's Aaron Altair. Altair 2 for 5 against the Astros. 1 for 2 with a home run against Tehran. No balls at 2 strikes. Today's Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Scott Schaup of Boothwyn. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game. Scott will win $100. Introducing the new signature crafted recipes at McDonald's. Ah, loving it.
Good luck, Scott. I drove through Boothwyn today.
Oh, yeah?
I did. That's the way Waze took me.
Off to the right and out of play. One and 2 to Altair. Altair hitting .290 with 14 home runs. 44 runs batted in. Outside. He has a walk percentage of just under 8, which is right around the league average, which is good. It's partly why his on base percentage is .359. Inside, 3 and 2. Phillies as a team have seen their walk percentage rise in recent weeks.
I've seen overall quality of at bats rise.
Right.
They don't always have to get a hit, but they're seeing more pitches. They are getting more walks. Fouling pitches off instead of striking out.
Yeah, the league average is 8.7%. You know, I mean, and you have to think about it. Ned Rice, the Phillies assistant GM, and I were talking about this the other day. I put it in perspective a little bit because, you know, there's some guys that have a lower walk percentage. Like Ryan Zimmerman's walk percentage is 6.7, but he's having an MVP kind of year.
Correct.
Jonathan Scope's walk percentage is 5%, but he's hitting .304. There's a 1-out walk. First walk issued by Tehran. That'll bring Cameron Rupp up, and this is what he did on Wednesday. That was the first one against Fires. A couple rows back. This went more than a couple rows back.
And it's off Felice, and that ball was just crushed to center field. A pair of 2-run homers. First time he'd ever done that in his career. Homer twice in the same game.
Well, it'd be nice to see if he can keep this going. Tehran is fast to the plate once he gets out of his leg kick. But he does have a leg kick. So if you get a pitch when he lifts his leg that high, you might be able to swipe it back like Freddie Galvis did in the first inning. Suzuki's been pretty good behind the plate, always has been. Throwing out 30 runners trying to steal this year. And they've got Aaron Altair picked off. So Tehran is able to use his quick feet to get Altair. 10th runner picked off this year for the Phils. Yeah, he was leaning. Leaning, leaning, leaning.
As soon as you drop that head,
just go.
Just go. You just get caught out in no man's land. Aaron realizes, yeah, I'm a dead duck here.
Outside, 2-1.
Good take right there by Cameron. He recognized that pitch as soon as Tehran released it.
Broken back ground ball out to shortstop. Camargo is throws him out. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. We'll head to the third. It's 1-0 Phils.
Light heavyweight champion of the world, John Bones.
Brought to you by UFC 214 on Saturday, July 29th. Order with your remote or visit Xfinity.com/UFC. Ross eventually lost that belt because he was disqualified, and then Cormier won it, which is why Ross does not acknowledge him as the champion. Cormier, known as the King of Grinds. They were supposed to fight a year later, but then Jones supposed to fight a year later in a rematch, but Jones was pulled. So Jones has been calling Cormier for a while the paper champion. There was an article in the New York Times today about the upcoming bout. If you want to take a look at it, it's actually pretty detailed. Talked about Cormier and the fact that he feels, because he's already accepted a position as an analyst for a network, that he feels that this would be the culmination of his career if he can beat Ross, even though he already is the champion.
Should be a good one.
No balls, 2 strikes to Tehran. Throws his bat at the ball. Second strikeout for Thompson.
I don't know if he saw that breaking ball too well, Tom.
Thompson certainly saw the bat coming at him. Ciarte, he grounded out his last time up. Ciarte pokes it to shortstop, throws his bat down. It's an easy play because he wasn't really running all that hard. So 2 outs. And Brandon Phillips is coming up. Time now for the Jeep Stump the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. Please submit your answer on the subject line. Ben, who is the only switch hitter in ML history with a 300 or better career average and 400 or more home runs?
Why are you shaking your head, Tom?
That's a really easy question. And I wasn't shaking my head. I just had an expression of, huh. Glenn must be down at the Jersey Shore not watching tonight, so they gave you an easy question.
Actually left for Virginia this morning, but thank you.
I meant the shores of Virginia. Brandon Phillips takes low, and it's 1-0.
It's coming back from off day when it eased me back into it, T-Mac.
Glenn's in Virginia. Tag, your son, is here, so he's not watching the game to know what the question is. Little Joe is, we don't know where he is. What number was Little Joe?
22.
Number 22. Two balls and 1 strike. Brandon Phillips reached on an infield single his first time up. Inside, ball 4. So Phillips walks. Walk number 1. And here comes Freddie Freeman. Freeman singled to right field his first time up. Now 5 hits on this road trip. Braves reached the 500 mark on the 16th of July. They were 45 and 45. But they are 3-7 since that time. And on this road trip, not an easy road trip. Los Angeles, then Arizona, and now 4 here in Philly. But they were 3-4. First part of the road trip. They won 2 against the Dodgers, lost 2 to the Diamondbacks. But Freeman said of making the move over to third base, he said, this is probably the only thing in my career I have had to do on the fly and learn on the fly. The first day I always felt like I was in the right spot because Ron Washington is such a good infield coach. He's the third base coach. I'd look at him, and in a second, he'd tell me where to go. And I felt like I was in position to make the plays right away, which then built my confidence a little bit. So tonight is his 13th game over at third base. Up high, 3-1.
What's great about him basically moving over to third base is with everything that he's done in his career, everything he's accomplished, and he still has a lot of great years left.
And they'll probably be over at first base.
Yeah. All he wants to do is win. He said, we're a better team with Matt Adams in the lineup. And he's not in the lineup. We're not as good offensively.
Fly ball left field. Aaron Altair standing his ground. The inning is over. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. 3 scoreless for Jake Thompson. He keeps pitching this well. We might get him a cheesesteak from Tony Luke's. Innings. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer or visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by McDonald's. Introducing the new signature crafted recipes at McDonald's. Love it. He came prepared, Ben. He's got his umbrella. His umbrella.
They're live streaming this ball game?
I don't know. It looks like he's found something that she's not happy about, though. Here's Jake Thompson to lead it off. Thompson takes a strike. It's 0-1. Two. Two balls and two strikes. To the right side. Adams has it. They'll take it over to the bag. What a way. The weekend is finally here, and we know you're all booked up. But no worries. We've got your back. Don't miss a Phils game on CSN. Download the NBC Sports app now to keep up with all your Philly teams. Well, an out recorded on the ground ball. And Cesar Hernandez, 3 unassisted if you're scoring at home. We're up here in the booth. Oh, and 1 to Cesar. Cesar grounded out to second his first time up. Breaking ball. Ball and 2 strikes to Cesar.
You see the fanatic down there, T-Mac, behind the Braves dugout. Did he say anything about getting his fishing nets back?
I told his friend Tom Burgoyne that we would get him down to him.
Oh.
Otherwise, he was going to come up and pick him up.
Gotcha.
Outside, and it's 2-2. I complimented him on the wide assortment of fishing nets that he has. There they are.
Hit them all. Tackle box.
I don't know how he came up with
He's
this.
very prepared, Tom.
Yeah. Three and 2.
See, this is one of those at-bats I was talking about last inning. Cesar, hopefully he gets a hit here or gets a walk, but was able to battle back from 0-2. Now it's 3-2. So you're making their starting pitcher throw as many pitches as possible. It's exactly what you want out of your lineup.
Swing and a miss. Well, that was a good sinker from Tehran. There are 2 outs here in the third. That's his 3rd strikeout of the night.
Ball just goes straight down. Probably a ball. Just bottom there.
Breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Freddie slaps it foul. out front. That remains 2 strikes now to Galvis. Galvis reached on an infield hit over toward third base, stole second, stole third, and then the throw it into left field and has scored the game's only run. The young lady's got herself a baseball. That was an earned run that scored. Phillies have picked up the pace in their offense since the All-Star break. I think that's the thing that's really stood out. That and the bullpen. But, you know, 6-4 since the break, averaging over 5 runs per game, 5.5 runs per game.
And that includes a ball game which they were shut out by the Houston Astros.
That is correct. Swing and a miss. Tehran's got the ball moving here tonight. Putout goes 2-3, 4 strikeouts. We've completed 3, on to the 4th. 1-0 Phils. Local company who has perfected the perks of same-day delivery. Order by 11:30 and your WB Mason driver delivers right to your break room. Local, fast, and convenient. Who but WB Mason? That young fella helped change the bases, and now he's in a foot race with one of the members of the grounds crew. Pretty cool thrill. There he is. High-fiving Michael Franco.
What a thrill for that young man.
He's sitting there thinking, I want to stay on the field and watch the rest of this game. Jake Thompson will go back to work here in the top half of the 4th inning. He's allowed 3 hits so far. Matt Kemp hits the first pitch foul. It's 0-1. Was that youngster Colin Weinrich and Landon Weinrich, as well as Chase Kem, were changing the bases. They were representing Nemours. Murph and I went down to Nemours and had a nice tour of their facility about a month or so ago. Beautiful place, and they do some incredible work.
They are excellent down there. We've been down there quite a few times.
Check swing by Kemp, 1-2.
The way they handle people, the way they handle the kids,
Yeah.
it's just a first-class setup they have down there.
Spots for mom and dad to stay if the children have to stay for long-term care. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kemp hit into a double play his first time up. That's a line drive to left field. That'll be in for a base hit. It's off the wall. Altair has a chance to get him at second. The throw to second base is in time. And Kemp just grabbed the back of his right leg. That is the 6th outfield assist of the season for Altair. The ball was hit so hard, you figured if he played it well off the wall, and it did die a little bit off the wall, that he would have a chance, because Kemp doesn't run that well. And then right there, yeah, it looks like he's in a little bit of pain right there.
If he rolled his ankle or that was a hammy, but he went in very gingerly. And he knew he was out right away. Gets up, grabs the back of that right hamstring.
Nice job by Cesar.
Yeah. Injury bug has plagued Kemp in his career.
And Adams fouls it toward the sweep level and up above. 0-1. Adams flied out to short right field his first time up. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Tommy Joseph takes a nice clean hop. Thompson's there to cover. 3-1 on the putout. Well, tomorrow is the much anticipated concert featuring Hunter Hayes. Now that's after the game, so your game ticket acts as your concert ticket. No additional purchase necessary. Go to Phillies.com to purchase your tickets. Hunter will perform right after the ball game. Phillies.com/Hunter Hayes. Side to Markakis, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Last time Jake Thompson faced the Braves, it was a matchup against Julio Teheran. In fact, he gave up 1 run in that outing over 7 innings. He struck out 6, but he wound up losing the ball game 2-0. The 1 run he gave up was a home run to Freddie Freeman. And ball 4. So Markakis walks. Second walk issued by Thompson. And Suzuki's coming up. Well, Jerry Hellickson has made his way into the dugout. He was scheduled to start tonight. The Phils scratched him about a half hour before the start, 20 minutes before the start of the game. I guess about a half hour. And the explanation was because of the threat of rain. There's obviously a ton of rain in the area. A lot of it's south of us. They've already rained out the Nationals Rockies game. They did that about an hour and a half, 2 hours before the game tonight. They're getting a bulk of the storm. This was at 6:22 p.m. Hellickson was walking out toward the bullpen, get himself ready, and then Bob Stumpo said, "Come on back. We've got some chatting to do." Oh, and 1 to Suzuki. Gets this one off the first base line. Tommy Joseph will give it a look and out of play.
I think Stumpo went immediately back to the weight room. He's a large man.
Coming from a large man, it's a compliment.
There he is.
There is the large man. He looks mean there, but he's really not mean.
He's just a wonderful guy.
0-2 pitch. Grounded foul. Swing and a miss. Good break on that. Thompson picks up his 3rd strikeout and gets out of this 4th inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning on a cloudy night here in South Philly. Your favorite model today, Toyota. Let's go places. Bottom of the 4th inning, the Phillies on top 1-0. And as we expected, Matt Kemp is no longer playing baseball tonight. Danny Santana takes over for Kemp. So Santana's in left field. Kemp looked like he injured himself trying to stretch a single into a double. Julio Teheran is allowed 2 hits tonight. He's got 4 strikeouts through the first 3 innings, and now Nick Williams, one of the strikeout victims, will lead things off. Breaking ball, and it's 1-0. Teheran's had kind of a weird year this season. He's 7-8 with an ERA of 4.63 right now after allowing 1 run in the first inning, and it was unearned. To the right side, Adams watches it go right off the heel of his glove and into right field. And Williams is safe at first. 4th error of the year for Matt Adams.
He's back on his heels. He's just not ready and in good position to field this ground ball. He's back on his heels. He's not really attacking it. You just see him there.
Too.
Literally, his heels were on the ground. You just cannot field ground balls like that. You work from the ground up. Adams does not do it. Right through the wickets. E3.
He was praying it was in his glove. So through the 5-hole, 2nd error for the Braves. And here's Franco. Franco singled his first time up. So Teheran this year, Ben, has 4 games where he's allowed 6 runs or more. I mean, that's crazy.
He doesn't have that mid to high 90s fastball anymore. When he elevates, gets hit because it's 90 to 92.
Out of Cartagena in Colombia. Last outing against the Dodgers, he went 6 1/3. 6 strikeouts in a 6-2 loss to the Dodgers. Another toss over. Ball down the left field line into foul territory. Freeman and Camargo are over, and it lands just in front of the tarp at the foot of the sliding Camargo.
It's Camargo's ball. He's got a better angle on it. I think that's where Freddie Freeman, not very seasoned over there at third base. He gets back on. You see how the ball starts to drift on him. Camargo just has a better angle. I think Freddie's going to learn to just peel off and get out of there. Let Camargo take it.
Shorter lead for Williams. Basically just fell back onto the bag. Inside 2-1.
Funny little anecdote about Freddie Freeman at third base. He has stopped chewing sunflower seeds at third base. So he used to do it all the time at first base. But he said he's got so much more to think about now at third base. He doesn't want to get caught chewing sunflower seeds at third base. So he stopped.
2-2.
I guess that would really detract from your thinking out there.
Well, first, got to compartmentalize, Ben. It's hard to sometimes. At first base, he's holding the runner on right now, so that's where he is. He's got to come off a little bit. At third, he's got to shift toward the line. He's got to slide toward the hole.
Got to realize what bag he's going to throw to. If it's a slow roller, if it's hard hit, goes to his left or right.
That means more sunflower seeds for Larry Boa. 5 strikeouts now for Tehran as Franco is down. Monday, September 25th, when the Phillies take on the Washington Nationals, celebrate the music and history of the Beatles at Citizens Bank Park. Now, if you want that hat right there, then what you got to do is go to Phillies.com/theme nights for more information. If you don't want the hat, you can just order it at Phillies.com. But you might as well get the hat. Odubel struck out his first time, 0 for 1. Bunts it foul. It's not a bad idea to test Freddie Freeman, but Odubel's the bat head was angled toward the Braves dugout once he made contact, so the ball rolled into foul territory. Six pitches here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Two balls and 1 strike to Herrera. There's McClure and Rick Kranich chatting with Jeremy Hellickson. Not sure if and when Jeremy will pitch for the Phils this weekend. Bouncer foul. It's 2-2. There's Jared Eichhoff. He'll start tomorrow's ball game. Velasquez scheduled to start on Sunday. Way inside, 3-2. You send Williams here, 3-2-1 out.
Yes. Just make sure he goes home first. He'll do that pause where we saw him pick off Aaron Altair. As long as he can get a jump, even if Odubel happens to strike out, I think Nick Williams can steal a bag here. Get himself in the scoring position.
0 for 2 so far in stolen base opportunities.
Odubel hits this double. Nick can score.
Yeah, he can. Nick started to go back. That ball was smoked into the crowd.
My man needs to put his glove up just a bit sooner.
Yeah, that ball was hit hard. It was smart to bring the glove. It tipped right off it.
It's by you.
It's gonna hurt
Hey,
his hand.
you know what though? You can't fault him. That ball was blistered.
Sure was. That was a well-worn glove too. Another one. Maybe he gets another chance.
Wasn't the same guy, was it?
No. The way the crowd reacted, I thought it might have been.
I think that was a little farther down the line.
You can put your hands up. Yeah, celebrate. Out toward right field. Markakis is out there and under it. So 2 outs. And here's Tommy Joseph. Well, I think we're both a little surprised he didn't run on that.
Yeah.
But he obviously is not, just by his reactions, he's not reading Tehran.
No.
Because he was going back at a couple of pitches, which is a little odd because it is a right-hander.
He might be a little tentative. He saw what happened to Aaron Altair. You know, just Nick being up for a couple days. A couple weeks, I should say. And, you know, he doesn't want to do anything to, as a rookie, to make the skipper upset. You can't let it take away your aggressiveness, though. You still have to play your game.
Over to the left side, Freddie Freeman. His first chance to make that throw tonight. And he does so cleanly. No runs, no hits. 1 man left. There was one more Braves error. They've made 2 so far through the first 4. We'll head on to the 5th. Love the Fanatic? Well, then listen up. Come out to CSN night at Painting with a Twist on August 8th. Watch the Phils take on the Braves while sipping and painting. You even get 2 tickets to an upcoming game. So go snag your spot on paintingwithatwist.com. Jeff Steinhauer in the production cavity has tickets with his wife to go to one of those in your neck of the woods in Media. What's the zip code?
19063.
Here's Camargo. My wife went 2 nights ago with her friends. I had no idea that it was called Painting with a Twist. You knew that?
People love it.
Do you?
I've never done it.
2 balls and no strikes. Camargo is 0 for 1. He struck out his last time up. To the right side, Cesar to his left. There's 1 away. 7 ground ball outs for Thompson. And Julio Teheran. To the right side. Breaking ball, and it's 1-2. And a strike 3 called. 4 strikeouts for Jake Thompson, and they're 2 away here in the 5th. Matt Kemp, by the way, left with a right hamstring strain. Inciarte is 0 for 2. Inciarte, who the Braves acquired from the Arizona Diamondbacks in the Shelby Miller trade, takes a strike 2 and 1. You know, back then the Braves were making trades left and right. I mean, and they were flipping guys. They would get somebody and then flip them right out on another trade. And they almost did that with Inciarte. Bobby Cox, though, told the guys that were making the trades, don't trade this guy, because the front office was doing a lot of wheeling and dealing. Bobby said, we need some leadership, as he hits this one out toward right field. Williams will watch it go off the top of the wall, and Inciarte will pull into second base. So he's there with his 19th double of the season. They said, we need some leadership. We need to hang on to this guy. Felt like he could roam center field at New SunTrust Park for a long time, and they needed to have somebody there to be sort of a foundation piece for the outfield. Well, as it turned out, he had 298 and then 294 these last couple of years, as the ball did stay in the yard and hit the top of that scoreboard, hit the fence in the top of the scoreboard.
I thought he got it.
I did too. It hit the little kid's glove, but he was in front of the fence. I thought it just hit the fence flush, but it hit the little kid's glove.
Yeah.
Wow. So they're going to go over and talk to Brian Snitker. That's Mark Carlson.
Or Ray Liotta.
Mark is the crew chief. I just saw Brian Snitker say, wait a minute. So they're going to take a look at it just to see. Well, that second angle that we had, it was fairly noticeable that the young man did reach over and see if they're going to see if it's interference or not.
Yeah, that ball is not going to go out.
Was not going to go out. Nope. And that's what they're going to look for. So the young man reached over. It looked like it hit his glove right there. Yeah, it did. But it would not have gone out of the yard. Now some of this is more placement than anything else to make sure that Inciarte should be at second base. I think they're, where he is right now is where he should be.
I think, honestly, though, it doesn't hurt to take a look at it in this,
No, I agree.
in this situation.
Watch again. It's off his glove there, off the side of it, I guess.
Looks like it goes right through it.
It does look like it goes right through it. Yeah, so it looked like it grazed off his glove, hit that cement wall. It wasn't going out. Well, that young fella, he wanted a souvenir. He just couldn't reel it in. Try to blow it up as best we can so you can at least see it. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be a ground rule double. That's what they've just decided. It would not have gone over. That's what they were looking at. So Bob McClure is going to go out and chat with Jake Thompson. So Inciarte, who was a member of the Phillies for one spring training, taken in the Rule 5 draft in 2012 out of Arizona. He had 273 with the Phillies. He had 9 hits in spring training. And he was part of their everyday roster for 4 games before he was sent back. And it was more a numbers thing than anything else. They wanted to keep him. But now every time he does something good and Bobby Cox is at the stadium, then John Hart will remind Bobby, yeah, he's a heck of a leader.
They can beat you in so many ways. I love the outfield he plays.
Hobie Milner warming up in the bullpen. Thompson at 69 pitches. His last start was the 20th of July, so it wasn't too long ago, and he was stretched out. He went 7 innings, 3 hits and 2 runs. Phillips went around and it's 0-1. Play by Rupp.
An excellent play. He gets to it, but watch how he gets over top of the baseball with his chest protector. Gets over top and keeps it right in front. A lot of guys can get to a baseball, but if you don't get over top with that chest protector, keep that chin down, tucked in your chest protector, that ball can ricochet to your left or your right, but he gets over top of it nicely, smothers it right on top of home plate.
Fouled into the top of the dugout, into that netting. Just a bit high with that breaking ball. Got to be careful with that pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Brandon Phillips. Swing and a miss. He got him with the changeup. 5 strikeouts for Thompson. 5 scoreless innings for Jake Thompson. Making the spot start for Jeremy Hellickson. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. It's now time for our Citizens Bank minor league report. Lehigh Valley lost to Gwinnett 3-2 in 10. Andrew Poulin 3 for 5 with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. Reading defeated Hartford 3-1. Drew Anderson continues to pitch well. And Clearwater defeated Daytona 4-2. Lakewood lost to Hickory 7-2. Wednesday we mentioned the Inside the Park Grand Slam for J.P. Crawford. So this was all Crawford at the end. Dusty Wathan decides to send him. And watch this slide. Look at the little deke at the end. Ready? He's got him. Nope. And he slid right under the tag.
Gotcha.
J.P. Crawford said the next time he talked to the catcher, that the catcher said, "Yeah, you got me."
He just would not expect that.
Aaron Altair takes down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Tonight, Lehigh Valley is trailing Durham in the 5th. Jorge Alfaro has hit his 7th home run. No swing. It says Mark Carlson. Mark Carlson's at first base. Pat Hoberg is at second. Tony Randazzo is the umpire over at third. There's a high fly ball to deep left field. That one is long gone. Wow. Into the second deck, way out of here. Aaron Altair with his 15th home run of the year.
Good night. I mean, very rarely will we see a ball go up into that second tank. But that's a fastball that just runs over the plate. The reaction from Tehran is priceless. And this ball is way out of here.
That's the second home run in the career of Altair against Tehran.
Talking about a no-doubter. What a feeling. He's running around the bases thinking, did I just really hit it that far?
It's pretty far. 5th row of the upper deck. And then whoop, on its way down. That makes a winner out of Scott Schulp of Boothwyn. And the McDonald's home run jackpot. He won $100.
Way to go, Scott.
Estimated distance 412 feet. Watch the reaction of Tehran.
It's priceless.
Cameron Rupp takes a strike.
That's how you turn on a 2-0 fastball. Fastball at 91.6 miles per hour. Wanted to go down and away. Ended up and in.
In the air to left center field. That's well hit as well. That one is gone. Oh, the ball is flying here. Back-to-back home runs. Aaron Altair and Cameron Rupp. And the Phillies now lead it 3-0.
3 homers in 2 games for that big, strong Texan. That one on the same pretty much trajectory out of here as his second home run on Wednesday night.
10 home runs now for Cameron Rupp.
Some loud noises this inning, T-Mac. Tehran drops down on this little slider. He dropped down and it flattened out. Cameron did not miss his pitch.
Ty Kelly is going to pinch hit for Jake Thompson. 4th time the Phillies have gone back-to-back this year.
Think Cameron Perkins likes it?
He's going to make himself dizzy. I wonder if it's because Jake Thompson hasn't pitched since the 20th. They've decided to lift him after 5. Pitch count was very manageable. 2 balls and no strikes to Ty Kelly.
He's only thrown 74 pitches, 45 for strikes.
His bullpen phone is ringing. And ball 4. So Ty Kelly works out a walk. Cameron Rupp is part of our Geico quote of the day. He talked after his 2 home run game. He said, I finally got out of that, whatever it was. I hit my slump that every player goes through. Mine lasted a little longer, unfortunately. I battled, I worked on things, I hung with it. I trusted myself, and now I'm not missing my pitches. Well, he certainly hasn't missed his pitches recently. As Chuck Hernandez is going out. This one went 421. Exit velocity was 106.
So that one went farther than Aaron Altair's?
That's the estimated distance, yeah. You don't agree with that one?
No. They both count the same.
So Chuck Hernandez is done with his conversation with Julio Tehran. Sam Freeman is warming up in the bullpen. The lanky lefty. Aaron Altair's home run got it rolling this inning. Can't believe Tehran slammed his glove down after he came out a home run.
If my kid did that, I'd be all over him.
And 1 to Cesar. Here we go again. Watch this. One ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Change up there.
Outside. And now 2-2 to Cesar. Tehran, who's given up the 2 home runs in this inning, now has allowed 25 home runs, which ties him with John Lackey for the National League lead. Altares was first, then Rups. Ty Kelly's at first. He pinch hit for Jake Thompson. Out early tonight after 5 innings.
Threw the ball very well.
That's why I thought they would let him go a little longer, even though he hasn't pitched in a few days. The foul ball remains 2-2.
The only thing I did not like, he had two out walks. But other than that, he was excellent. Worked down. Threw a ton of strikes. I was very impressed with his breaking ball. He said that was a pitch that has gotten a lot better for him.
That and the changeup. Starting tonight for Jeremy Hellickson. Fly ball left field. Santana glides over and out and makes the catch. Ty Kelly goes back to first. Here's what Thompson did tonight. Take a look at the movement on some of these pitches. Look at the spot start for Jeremy Hellickson.
Induces the 4-6-3 double play. Good change up there to Camargo, then to Suzuki. Down the zone to Brandon Phillips. He should be very happy with that outing.
Line drive to right field. Markakis comes diving in and it goes by him. Kelly hesitated for a moment, but now he's on the run. Around third, heading for home. Galvis to third. The throw by Phillips, not in time. Gets away from Freeman. Galvis will score. And the Phillies score 2 on 1 play as the Braves throw it around.
Going to be the 3rd error on the Atlanta Braves this evening, and the Phillies will take it. I was just rooting for that ball to get down. Getting by Markakis was icing on the cake. Freddie, go grab some oxygen. Markakis had a beat on it. He comes in, dives head first, and the ball just goes by him. Second mistake. Freddie Freeman tries to smother it. Tehran backing up home plate. He thinks there's going to be a play at home. So Tehran backs up home plate as opposed to third base. Ball gets by Freddie. And Galvis scores easily. Juan Samuel loves it.
So 5-0 Phils. 3 errors for the Braves in this inning.
No Little League home run.
One strike to Williams. Williams 0 for 2, struck out, reached on an error his last time. 0-2. That got Nick Williams in the foot. Oh, he's in a little bit of pain. He's running the wrong way. Well, he'll take a U-turn and head up to first base. So a hit by pitch. One man down, runner at first. And here's Maikel Franco. Ow.
It's one of those pitches. It's a back foot slider. You see the spin, you realize it's not a strike, and then you realize it's getting pretty close to me. I'm going to try and get out of the way, and it's just too late.
Bouncer foul off the netting above the Braves dugout. It's nice to see the Phils build on what they did against the Astros the other night. Well, they shut them out. It was the third shutout of the year for the Phils. Tonight, Maikel Franco has a single and he has struck out. And he hits this one in the air to left field. That's a towering shot. Santana going back. He has room, makes the catch. And that was a mile high.
Much like his homer the other night.
2 outs. And here's Odubel Herrera.
I mean, that is a fastball sitting on a tee. Maikel realizes he hits the bottom of it.
Off the end of the bat, out to center field. That's going to drop for a hit. Nick Williams will hold up at second. The Phillies will send their 9th man to the plate in this inning. Brian Snitker is taking a look at the lineup card. The rain starts to fall here at Citizens Bank Park. We are 1 out away from this being an official ball game. Well, it already is, I guess. You just want to count these runs the Phillies have scored. An official 5-0 ball game. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Field for Tommy Joseph. Does it have enough height? It does. 3-run home run to bust it wide open. It's now 8-0 in favor of the Phils. 3rd home run of the inning for the Phillies.
These aren't wall scrapers, Tom. I mean, this thing gets out in 2 seconds. Down on the field today during BP, my son said to me, "Dad, Tommy Joseph really hits the ball hard." I said, "Yes, he does. As hard as anybody." And this ball, perfect evidence of that. I mean, this thing gets out. Another slider that does not slide. Tommy sees it, goes up top, 3-run homer. I mean, this is just, these balls are destroyed.
And Tehran's night is complete. Brian Snitker will go to the bullpen. A lot of emotion for Julio Tehran in this inning. 3 home runs allowed, 8-0 Phils. We'll be back after this. Order with your remote or visit xfinity.com/UFC. Two outs. Julio Teheran's night is done. He goes 4 2/3 innings. And he allows 7 hits and 8 runs. Now the Phillies will send their 10th man to the plate in this inning. It started with Aaron Altair's home run. It's no balls and 1 strike to Altair. Hoby Milner now starts to warm up again in the bullpen. He waited until there were 2 outs. It took a little while. That's a good thing. Nearly hit Aaron Altair. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss, and the inning is over. But the Phillies sent 10 men to the plate in the inning. They had 3 home runs. Aaron Altair hit the first one. Cameron Rupp wound up hitting the second one. And then his good buddy Tommy Joseph wrapped it up with a 3-run bomb. Is taking the hill with a high level of confidence recently. Aaron has registered 7 straight quality starts since the middle of June. During those 7 starts, he put away opponents with 7+ strikeouts in each outing. The first Phillies pitcher to do so since Curt Schilling in 1998. Nola hit a career high in strikeouts in his outing versus the Astros. In 6 innings, he limited them to just 4 hits, no runs. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, that was a great outing by Aaron Nola on Wednesday night. Now Jake Thompson follows it up with 5 scoreless innings. And as we go to the 6th inning, Hoby Milner is the first one up out of the bullpen for the Phils. Milner in 9 games is an ERA of 3.52. And he will face Freddie Freeman, Danny Santana, and then Matt Adams. A couple lefties mixed in, including Freeman to start it off. Swing and a miss. I think I was surprised to see that the Braves were 24-19 with Freeman out of the lineup. I figured they'd be the other way around, 19-24. 0-2.
We saw how that ERA really came down. I mean, they did it with a lot of good pitching.
Swing and a miss. 3 pitches. Freeman is rung up. And there's one away. That'll bring Danny Santana to the plate. Here's Greg Murphy. Murphy.
All right, thank you, Tom. Time for our Cold Hard Fact, presented by Clean Crisp Coors Light. We're talking about that Phillies bullpen. Since June the 26th, how about that ERA of 2.78, opponent's average at 244, opponent's OPS 616, inherited runners stranded 15 of 16, and in that time period, the ERA is 3rd among National League bullpens and 6th among all teams in baseball in that span. That is pretty good work from the back end of the Phillies bullpen, guys.
Yeah, they've been really good. They've been striking a lot of guys out too, which is something they did all of last year. Santana, who's 0 for his last 11, fouls it off the third base line. And it's 0-2. Over to shortstop, charging Galvis. Nice hop for him. 2 outs. And Matt Adams is coming up. Well, it looks like the rain, which has started to fall the last half inning, it's probably not going to leave the rest of the night. Hopefully it stays at this pace, because there had been forecasts for rain all around the area. In fact, it was as if Philadelphia had a dome over it, and the storm was sort of going north and south, wrapping around it. Adams lays off the first pitch. It's 1-0. Grounds crew has not had the tarp covered the entire night. One ball, one strike.
What night did we have that long rain delay? Was that Monday or Tuesday night?
It was
Monday night.
Yeah.
The amount of water that was in left field after they pulled that tarp, and then it just evaporated. Blew my mind.
Ball pinballed around over Rich's head, past Art. I think Miles Kennedy may have finally come up with it. Phillies team photographer. 3-2 pitch coming to Adams. That's fouled away over the third base side. And ball 4. So Adams draws a 2-out walk. And that'll bring Markakis to the plate. Well, this weekend the inductions will take place in the Hall of Fame. We were just with the Astros, so we knew that Jeff Bagwell was going in. For the Braves, John Sherholtz will be going in, the former general manager, president of the Atlanta Braves. I was reading some stories about Sherholtz today. It's kind of interesting. He was a junior high teacher in Baltimore when he got out of college at Towson State, where he played baseball. And he was teaching junior high, and he sent a letter to the Orioles back in 1966 to their chairman, and their chairman passed the letter along to Frank Cashen. Frank Cashen went on to be the GM of the Mets when they won the World Championship in '86. So he replied to the letter and then handed it off to Lou Gorman. Remember Lou Gorman, the longtime executive for the Red Sox?
Yes.
But was also in Baltimore. Lou Gorman hired John Sherholtz because of this letter, this well-written letter. Hired him as his personal assistant, and that's how he got into baseball.
Amazing.
Little pop-up left side. Michael Franco is there. Freddie Galvis lets him take it, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. We'll move to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Phillies on top 8-0. Nissan.com. By WB Mason. Who bought WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. And buy your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. Last of the 6th inning, 8-0 Phillies on top. Cameron Rupp's going to lead things off. So here is the Hall of Fame class of 2017. Bud Selig, the former commissioner, goes in. And then the players are Bagwell, Raines, and Ivan Rodriguez. Well, we mentioned Sherholtz. Now, Sherholtz eventually left the Orioles with Lou Gorman. They went on to the Royals and eventually became their general manager after they faced the Phillies in 1980. He was with them as their farm director. But after they faced the Phillies in 1980, he became the GM in 81 and oversaw the Royals until 90, won a world championship in 85. In fact, he's the only general manager to win a world championship. Now, Theo Epstein is technically not a general manager of the Cubs, although he would have been under this too. But to win a world championship with 2 teams, one in the National League, one in the American League. One ball and no strikes to Rupp. And 2-0. And the whole teaching story, he gave himself 5 years. He said, if I'm not at least a farm director in 5 years, I'm going to go back to being a teacher. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Here's Rupp's home run.
Little slider here. Kind of drops down on that, and Cameron just blisters it out of here. Back-to-back homers. End up with 3 in the last inning.
So Sherholtz, up until when they won his world championship with the Braves, was the only one to win a world championship with an American League team and a National League team as the GM. And then, of course, Pat Gillick did it in 2008 when he won it with the Phillies. Also won it with the Blue Jays. 3-2. Rain's picking up a little bit more.
It's your favorite time of the night?
Well, ponchos are going on. I'm eyeing some folks that are having a little trouble peeling it, like they're trying to get fruit in a supermarket and using those plastic bags that get thinner and thinner every year.
The trash bags?
Yeah. Swing and a miss, and Rupp strikes out.
You know, in California, you have to pay 10 cents for one of those bags.
Yep, I never do.
Never do.
He went on backwards. That happens, buddy. That happens. Got trouble in River City. Those guys got it on with relative ease. I was watching them do it from up here. Obi Milner fouls it back, and it's 0-1.
Good hack there.
A little help from Mom. 0-2. Got a good participant right behind home plate. I think you got to take it slow.
Can't rush it.
No. Milner strikes out. 3 straight strikeouts for Freeman since he came in. Plenty of time. Got a little trouble here. A little trouble. Come on. There we go. So if you don't look frantic, then it doesn't, you know, doesn't really call attention to it. Lady behind home plate has almost got hers on. Cesar hits it back toward the middle. Base hit it to center field. 2-out single for Cesar. Cincinnati hits it out toward right field. Markakis is under it, and one-handed catch. No runs, one hit, and one man left for the Phillies. We've played 6. We will go on to the 7th. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda dealers game summary as the Phillies lead it 8-0. As we go to the top of the 7th inning, they had 3 home runs in the 5th inning. Altair, Rupp, and Tommy Joseph. He hit a 3-run shot. Jake Thompson went 5. He's in line to get a win. The Phillies up 8-zip. Hobie Milner begins his 2nd inning of relief as he will face Kurt Suzuki. And Suzuki sends one to left field. That's deep, and it is gone. Another home run. 7 home runs now in his last 9 games. And Suzuki with 11 homers on the year. It's an 8-1 ball game.
Really is something. Suzuki with 11 homers now. Flowers with 8, and that's a good tandem right there. 19 homers between the two of them. That's just dead red. First pitch hacking.
Over to third, fair ball. Camargo retired. 5-3 on the putout. And one away. Sean Rodriguez is coming up. Now Suzuki certainly is he's not usually known as an offensive catcher. More defensive. So here's Rodriguez.
Freeman did an outstanding job coming in relief of Tehran.
0-1 to Rodriguez. Bullpen action for the Braves. They got a lot of bullpen pieces. Jason Hirsch is the right-hander warming up. 0-2 to Rodriguez.
9 guys in the bullpen. 9.
That's a big Thanksgiving dinner right there. 1-2 pitch inside. 2-2. Fly ball to deep left field, and that one is gone. 2 home runs in the inning for the Braves. It's now an 8-2 ball game. As Hobie Milner has given up 2 solo shots. Out of the top of the order for Atlanta. And Ender Inciarte.
Another fastball. Rodriguez knows it right away. Well, it's now 8-2.
Inciarte takes down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. John McLaren. They're going to get Adam Morgan up in the pen. One ball, 1 strike.
Mac said he really enjoyed being on the air with us the other night. He did a great job, Mac.
I thought both guys
were
fantastic. Very comfortable, casual. Somebody asked me, did Pat Neshek know he was traded while he was doing that interview? And I said no. He didn't find out till after the game. Outside, 3-2. I hope he's got to slow it down a little bit here. Brandon Phillips waits on deck. Fly ball center field. Odubel rushes back and is there. Step from the track. And there are 2 outs here in the 7th inning. We were on the postgame show when this trade was announced on Wednesday night. So the trade was Pat Neshek going to the Colorado Rockies. Colorado's in D.C. right now. The Phillies got 20-year-old Alejandro Requena, J.D. Hammer, 23-year-olds. And the last piece to the puzzle was Jose Gomez. Gomez was the 21st ranked player in the Rockies organization, but was having a solid year in Single A. 324 with 4 homers and 33 runs batted in as Phillips singles to right field. So he's aboard for Freddie Freeman. Phillies better be careful here. I mean, this is 1 swing away from getting to be a ball game again. Requena, by the way, from Venezuela, 8-3 with an ERA of 2.85 and 19 starts this year. Good numbers. J.D. Hammer closed for his team, 13 saves in 36 innings. He's a strikeout guy, though, 65 and 42. Freeman takes a strike and it's 0-1. Hobie Milner was able to get Freeman on strikes his first time up. Inside. Remember, it's not Matt Kemp in the on-deck circle. It's Danny Santana. 2-2 to Freddie Freeman with a runner at first. Swing and a miss. He's gotten Freeman twice tonight, and the inning is over. 2-run score on 2 solo home runs. 3 hits overall for the Braves, and 1 left. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. And we're going to go to the home runs the Phillies have hit these last couple of games. Cameron Rupp has 3 of them. Maikel Franco a 2-run home run. Aaron Altair a solo home run tonight. And Tommy Joseph a 3-run home run tonight.
As far as one of my keys to the game, the middle part of that lineup continued to do damage. Well, they're doing it tonight.
Nick Williams is scheduled to lead things off against Jason Hirsch. See, the rain has picked up a little bit more. I think the sense is if they put the tarp on the field, this game may not continue.
Right.
Hirsch is 1-0 with an ERA of 1.59. 4 strikeouts at 5 2/3. And Nick Williams takes outside, 1-0. By the way, another hit tonight for Adrian Beltre. Did you see what he did the other night? Wednesday night. It was actually kind of entertaining. What did he do? Outside, 2-0. So the on-deck circles are, they're movable, and they don't want them too far toward the backstop or the pitcher's vision. They have it over like this one here. As Williams hits it sharply, Rodriguez makes a nice play, and Williams beats it. That's a hit all the way. And Williams, who has reached base safely in 12 consecutive games, has an infield hit.
It's just not fair to be able to beat this ball out. It's so close because Rodriguez gets to his feet so quickly, just not able to get a ton on that throw. But what speed by Nick Williams. The ball just doesn't quite get there. He beats it for sure.
So he's at first. Here's Maikel Franco, who's 1 for 3.
An asset to have.
I was thinking about it. I was watching my son's game last night in Quakertown, which is a great place to watch a ball game. And there was a young man on the Quakertown team who hit an infield ground ball, and just his speed. It was an infield hit. I thought about how many hits he must have because of that. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, anyway, Adrian Beltre, who has another hit tonight, who's a step closer to 3,000 for his career. The other night, and this is, the Rangers were really upset about it because of what happened. So he was standing, I would say, about 5 or 6 feet away from the on-deck circle toward the vision of the pitcher. So he was standing here in Texas, and the on-deck circle was probably over here. So Jerry Davis, the crew chief, and one of the field umpires, that ball is tapped towards shortstop. Camargo will go to first. And up to second goes Williams. Jerry Davis, the crew chief, comes over and says something to him, because you're supposed to stay on the on-deck circle, and you're not supposed to go too far into the vision of the pitcher, you know, while you're trying to time him. And he tells Adrian Beltre to get in the on-deck circle. So what does Beltre do? Beltre picks up the on-deck circle and drags it to where he's standing, into that spot. Jerry Davis threw him out of the game.
Really? How did I not see that?
It was really funny. I mean, I don't think the Rangers thought it was funny, but it was really funny.
He improvised.
He did. And Odubel lines one, caught by Freddie Freeman.
That was a nice play.
It sure was.
No time to chew sunflower seeds out there, Tom.
No.
The hot corner slicing away from you. Ball had some carry.
Hand-eye coordination.
Yep.
Works at each corner.
No Double, can't believe it.
And then he wasn't sure if he actually caught it.
Stung a little bit.
Tommy Joseph homered his last time up, a 3-run shot. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Broken back ground ball to shortstop. Camargo straightens up, and the inning is over. Tommy Joseph, I think, hurt himself or not, because he was not moving up that first base line. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. Adam Morgan's coming in as we go to the 8th. Chevrolet dealers. And by Jefferson Health, call 800-JEFF-NOW or visit jeffersonhealth.org. Well, the Phillies are on top 8-2 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Time now for a Hyundai defensive play of the game.
Aaron Altair off the bat of Matt Kemp. Comes up firing, places it off the wall. 1 hop strike on to Cesar Hernandez, who applies a very good tag not allowing Kemp's foot to even reach second base. Kemp blows out his right hammy, well, injures his right hamstring. But excellent play there by Aaron. And Cesar, that is your Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Andres Blanco will come on to play first base. Let's hope that Tommy Joseph's okay, because he was not moving up the first base line the way Tommy Joseph moves up the first base line.
I wonder if his calf started to tighten up from that collision with Phillips in the first inning.
Santana, who's 0 for his last 12, takes the first pitch for a ball. Obi Milner, 2 innings, 3 hits and 2 runs. He walked 1, struck out 2. Fly ball right center field. Odubel Herrera got a good jump. 1 out. And Matt Adams is coming up. Cameron Rupp out to talk to Adam Morgan. One and 2 to Matt Adams.
I think you'd have to throw it again.
I would think so.
You don't see a ton of pitchers triple up on a particular pitch, but
Hot shot. Freddie Galvis was going toward the middle.
I just don't understand it.
Yeah, if it's working.
Why are you trying to trick him? He's already tricking himself.
Even if you waste one. So Adams is aboard with a base hit. 1 out, 1 on. Nick Markakis is coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thanks, Tom. It's our unlimited baseball break presented by T-Mobile. When the Astros were in town, we saw their all-star outfielder George Springer have to leave the game because of a quad strain on Monday night. They thought it was relatively minor, but today they announced that they have put him on the 10-day disabled list, so a little bit more serious than they thought. In his place, back on the roster, is Dallas Keuchel, who started tonight's game, and right now that game in the 8th inning, it is 6-5 Houston. They just went on top 6-5 in that game. And well, a little bit of New York Yankees history for Brett Gardner last night and today as Freddie Galvis makes that catch. Last night he finished their game with a walk-off home run against Tampa Bay. Walk-off home run, he wins the game. Today he leads off the game with a home run. Only the 3rd player in Yankees history ever to end a game and then start the next game with a home run. Roberto Kelly and Joe Gordon, the only other 2 to ever do that. He is red hot right now as Brett Gardner is a 10-game hitting streak. 4 home runs in those 10 games as well. So into the history books goes Brett Gardner, guys.
Yankees leading 6-1 tonight in the top of the 9th inning. Tanaka had a perfect game through 5 before Adeiny Echeverria broke it up. 1 ball and no strikes. See what the Nationals did yesterday?
What they do?
I can't believe you're not up on this stuff. You're usually wide up on this stuff. Line drive, base hit to left field.
A very busy day yesterday, Tom.
We all did, Ben, but we took some time out to check out some baseball.
Tell me what they did.
Bottom of the 3rd against Michael Blazek of the Brewers. Brian Goodwin, Wilmer Defoe, Bryce Harper, and then Ryan Zimmerman, all back to back to back to back home runs.
Wow.
And then 1 out later, they got the easiest hitter in the lineup out, Bryce Harper. Anthony Rendon blasted a home run. So 5 home runs in an inning. Nationals became the 6th team to have 5 home runs in 1 inning. The last being the Brewers in 2006. The 4 straight home runs tied a major league mark. The last time that was accomplished was 2011. It's happened 8 times. As Bob McClure is coming out to talk to Cameron Rupp and Adam Morgan.
All off the same pitcher?
Blazek gave up, the 5 home runs. Benoit warming up in the pen. The record for home runs in a game is 10. That was 1987, the Blue Jays. Number 2 is the Cincinnati Reds. They hit 9 in 1999 against
Padres?
The
Phillies.
Phillies. Yeah. There's Camargo, who is 0 for 3. Benoit warming up behind Morgan. And a line drive to left field. That's going to drop for a hit. Rounding third and holding there is Adams. And now the ball gets away from Freddie Galvis. Franco being a little too fancy, and Adams will score, and the runners will move up. I know what he was trying to do, but it's an 8-2 ball game. Just let the runner go to third. And then concentrate on the number 9 hitter, Sean Rodriguez. And now you have 2 more runners in scoring position off the error by Franco.
He goes down and gets it. Aaron Altera does his job. He hits the cutoff man. May have been fairly close, but just not an opportune time to do it. See him just try and shovel that. Adams back safely and then scores easily.
He would have had to flip that into the base path, basically. The other side of the base path. Rodriguez takes outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, no strikes. Outside, 2-0.
Change up.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Rodriguez. Inside, 3-2. Tried another changeup.
That ball cut on him a little bit.
That's why I thought it was a slider.
Yeah.
But the velocity said it was a changeup. Bender and Ciarte is on deck. Vizcaino warming up in the bullpen. Did he go? No. Bases are now loaded. I think Mark Carlson got that right. Bases are loaded for Ender Inciarte, and that's going to be it for Adam Morgan. Can't blame Pete in this case. Now it's getting downright serious because the tying run is in the on-deck circle with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. So Adam Morgan is done. Joaquin Benoit is coming in, and he's coming into a bases loaded situation. Trivia quiz answer. All right, Ben, who is the only switch hitter in ML history with a 300 or better career average and 400 or more home runs?
I'm going to say Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones is correct. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack.
That was almost so easy I didn't think it was right.
Thought there was a trick question involved?
I did. That was a very easy one in production cavity. I thank you very much.
Well, Joaquin Benoit is coming on. Inciarte tonight is 1 for 4. And the first pitch upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and a miss. 1-1. One and two.
Inciarte thinks this ball's off the plate.
Now, Rob Drake's been given that pitch, I think, most of the night to both pitchers. Take a look at our pitch cast presented by Mazda. Well, maybe a hair. One ball and 2 strikes to Inciarte. And Benoit is ready. The base is loaded. And he fouls it off to the left side. 1-2 to Inciarte. Over to left field. Going back on it is Altair to the track, makes the catch. Woo.
You're
the
right.
inning is over. Boy, that was a tension-filled one-run inning for the Braves.
Ball just kept carrying and carrying. Inciarte almost snuck one out of here, but we're heading to the bottom of the 8th. Fills up 8-3.
Check in during your visit to Citizens Bank Park using the MLB.com Ballpark app, the official Citizens Bank Park app for your iPhone, Android. Perfectly complements and personalizes your trip with Ballpark maps, mobile check-in, and more. Download MLB.com Ballpark today or visit Phillies.com/ballpark app to learn more. Try the food and beverage beer finder. Select what you're looking for in the section that you're sitting in. Also, you may get a chance to follow Greg Murphy on that Ballpark app. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Aaron Altair will lead it off. Altair is 1 for 2. He homered back in the 5th inning. Struck out his last time up. No balls and 1 strike. Rain's lightened up a little bit the last couple innings, which is good. Check swing. He did not go, says Mark Carlson. 3 of the 4 umpires tonight are veteran umpires. Rob Drake behind the plate, Mark Carlson at first, and Tony Randazzo over at third base. Pat Hoberg is the young buck in this group as Altair sends one to right center field. It is gone! An opposite field home run for Aaron Altair. He has a multi-home run game. It's now a 9-3 game.
This place is like an airport tonight.
Yeah, it is popping.
One to left. I'll see her on the left. I'll take one out to right as well. Another ball gets out in a hurry.
16 home runs now for Altair. Tied Tommy Joseph for the team lead. 3rd career multi-home run game.
It's amazing. It's the same swing as the ball he hits out to left field. You just let that pitch get a little deeper, take the same pass at it, let that ball travel, drive it on out of here.
No strikes to Cameron Rupp. One. Well, Aaron Altherr is getting better and better right before our eyes. His average up to 294. Opposite way for Rupp, it's foul.
Truly is fun to watch.
If Howie Kendrick isn't traded before the trade deadline on Monday, we'll have a logjam in the outfield, which is a good thing. Just got to try to figure out playing time for 4 guys. As Rupp takes low, 2-2. That's better than not having enough guys. But I think Pete realizes that Altherr's got to be in there all the time.
Yeah.
Particularly with the run he's on right now, these last couple of games. It's coming off the DL. There's a line drive base hit for Cameron Rupp. Boy, how good a sign is that Cameron keeps on hitting.
He's the one who said, I'm getting my pitch, I'm not missing it. These are the pitches that we've seen him over the last month foul off or swing through. But most of the time he's fouling it off, swinging a bad pitch in the dirt.
Back to his old stance.
But that's a great, exactly. It's a great pitch to hit. He doesn't miss it. You like to see him work through that because it was a grind. It was a struggle for Cameron. Lost some playing time to Andrew Knapp. And then when you get in there, you start pressing a little bit.
Absolutely.
Try and start doing a little too much. Well, I got to make it happen today or I'm not going to play tomorrow. Believe me, I've been there. The more pressure you put on yourself, that's why you miss those pitches, because you're trying too hard. You're out there, you're free and easy, you hit bullets like that.
Ball, no strikes to Blanco, and it's 1-1. To a 2. Outside, and it's 3-2. Cesar waiting on deck. And ball 4. So still nobody out. 2 runners on for the Phillies here in the 8th inning. Ryan Snitker will have Chuck Hernandez run out. And Chuck's going to chat with the right-hander Hirsch. And a quick reminder that Sunday, August 13th, when the Phillies take on the Mets, it's a 1:35 first pitch. It's Alumni Day, brought to you by Toyota, the Topps Wall of Fame card pack. It'll be free to all fans. Go to Phillies.com for more information. Cesar takes low, 1-0. Bouncer back towards second base. Rodriguez flips to second for one, over to first. And there are 2 outs with a runner at third.
You don't see that very often. Cesar bouncing into a double play because of his wheels.
Line drive caught and dropped by Matt Adams. Freddie will beat it out. A run will score. And it's now 10-3 in favor of the Phils.
Give him a hit. I know you don't make those decisions, Tom.
If I did, I wouldn't, but.
So Adams had some problem with that mitt earlier.
He just didn't close it.
Yeah.
Problem is Hurst didn't go over either because he thought it was caught.
He closed it and then opened it up again.
It has been scored a single. That one is caught by Adams over at first, and the inning is over. 2-run score for the Phils in the 8th. We'll go to the 9th. It's a 10-3 Phillies lead. We go to the top of the 9th inning.
Jason Hirsch.
Every time the Phillies fire the opposing team 1, 2, 3. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV.
Made it through that read okay.
Well, I wanted to see if the chicken was going to go up on the Titanic cam, which was up on Fanavision, but they didn't give him the nod.
Titanic cam.
Yeah. Did you know there was a chicken at the ballpark tonight?
Did not know that. Never know what you're going to see here.
first pitch is outside, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Micah Johnson pitch hitting for Hirsch, who went 1 inning, allowed a couple hits and a couple runs. Two balls and no strikes to Micah Johnson. Ball's popped foul and out of play. It's 2-1. We might see Jason Terrian, the young right-hander who the Phillies called up today, at some point during this inning. There he is. Terrian, who we saw in spring training and looked really good in spring training, but his rise through the Phillies system has been marvelous this year. And it's all because of that slider that he has. Two balls, 2 strikes to Micah Johnson. Swing and a miss. 1 away here in the 9th inning. Coming up on Phillies Postgame Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Marshall Harris, Ricky Metallico are standing by. They're going to talk about the 5 innings in the spot start for Jake Thompson. Also talk about the big inning for the Phils when they scored 7 runs. That's only on Cure Auto Insurance. Presents Phillies Postgame Live. Here's Freddie Freeman. Freeman is 1 for 4 tonight. 0-1. Jerry Hellickson is still here. Watched at his ball club. He was scratched before the start of the ball game. You know, the trade deadline's coming up. There was some inclement weather in the area. Out toward left field. Here comes Altair, and he dives, and he made the catch. 2 away here in the top of the 9th inning.
Well, he had the Hyundai defensive play of the game earlier. This is part 2. Uses all of that 6-foot, 6-inch frame. He comes up and he is very much so grass stained. The ground is not very forgiving. Excellent play.
Well, here is Santana, 0 for 2 tonight, way out in front of an off-speed pitch. The 0-2 pitch coming. Swing and a miss. He got him. And the Phils have taken game 1 of the series against the Atlanta Braves.
Chicken loves it.
The chicken does love it. Cameron Rupp had another good night. Couple hits, including a home run. Aaron Altair had a really good night. He had 2 home runs for the Phils. And he is our Chevrolet player of the game, hitting .407 against the Braves this year with 4 home runs and 7 runs batted in. Well, the Phils, who shut out the Astros on Wednesday, showed the same kind of offensive outburst here tonight. Our W.B. Mason deliveries of the game, they showed a lot of pop in tonight's ball game.
A lot of pop. Aaron Altair gets it started with this blast to the upper tank. Julio Teheran cannot believe it. I can't believe that ball went that far. Good throw in the upper tank. Cameron Rupp follows it up. Another no-doubter. This ball got out in a hurry, much like his couple home runs on Wednesday night. And Tommy Joseph, a little cement mixer, 3-run homer to left field. That's a big inning in that 8th inning. Aaron Altair, just a little insurance here. He's that fastball out over the plate, drives it to right field for his second home run and his third career multi-home run game. And he's with our very own Greg Murphy. Murph, take it away.
All right, thank you very much. A lot to talk about. Let's start here. 7-run innings are fun, and you got it all started with your 15th home run of the season. Talk a little bit. We saw you guys score 9 runs last game. You put up a big one again tonight. Is this offense starting to click a little bit?
Yeah, ever since the All-Star break, we've been coming out swinging the bat well, and then we've been doing it the whole time. So hopefully we can continue that. We had a big inning and got 7 runs and really put us away. So yeah, hopefully we can just keep doing that. Winning's fun.
All right, let's talk about you in particular. You come off the disabled list on Wednesday. You get a couple of hits in that game. 2 home runs tonight. So obviously you came out swinging and still sharp because you were kind of where you left off. How were you able to stay sharp when you were on the DL?
Just staying in the games. I sit on the bench. Just keep mentally still stay in the game, act like you're in the batter's box, and seeing how they pitch certain guys. And then I was still swinging every day. So I never felt like I lost a swing. It's just able to get right back in it and feel good again.
All right, as if that wasn't enough tonight, in the 4th inning, a leadoff single by Kemp tries to stretch it into a double. You're able to get the outfield assist there, and then just to finish this one up in the end of the game here, you make the diving catch. I know you take a lot of pride in your defense. Which one's more fun? Shooting a guy or making the diving catch?
Oh man, that's close. That's close. I always like throwing guys out. I like doing that. So I know it's really close though. Any way to help the team win, I'm all for it. So I'm just glad I was able to make those plays tonight.
Well, I would say that on this night, you helped your team win, Aaron. Nice job. Guys, we'll send it back upstairs.
All right, Murph, it was a good night for the Phils. 10 runs on 12 hits. They win it 10-3 over the Atlanta Braves. Little celebration out in the outfield. The Phils take game 1 of this 4-game series. We will be back to wrap it up right after this.